Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kepler speaking on behalf of SCSN on SBC, bringing to you live from Baltimore the pregame show for tonight's game between the Chicago Ravens and the Baltimore Ospreys. So let's dive right in. Yesterday was a good victory for the Chicago Ravens. They continue their undefeated streak. They bring it up 7 straight, 8th one coming tonight. Chicago versus Baltimore. Let's look at their batting metrics. They had 12 hits altogether, 2 home runs, a 2-run shot by Nxnjahh, and a 2-run shot by Leo. Scored 6 runs. It was enough for a 1-run victory. Struck out 9, walked no times, did not ground into double play, and only left 6 men on base. And the player of the game was Nxnjahh, that talented IPU graduate out of Edmonton. That was Bonds' team, I believe he managed. Also was on the Detroit roster last season. 2 for 4 in the game with the 2-run home run that I mentioned. Scored that one time on that. Did not strike out, and now has his batting average at .357 on the year with a 1,071 OPS. The main highlights. And, of course, the man who hit his home run on his own shirt giveaway night, of which I lost a lot of Robux. Well, not too much, but oh well, all's fun. Is Leo, of course, 1 for 4. His lone hit, the 2-run home run, scored himself. Struck out 1 time and has brought his batting average. It's still a lot lower than it is normally, but it's climbing up, breaking out of that early season slump. 258 on the year with 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. So let's look at the South Bend Slugger. It's Notre Dame. Also was up there in the batting column last night. 2 for 4 with an RBI, a run scored, and he now has a batting average of .517, OPS of 1.07, similar to Noma's numbers. With runners in scoring position, he's 4 for 5. That's 800. And he has 5 RBIs. Yet to get a homer, but he did come close last night. And let's look at the opposing team today, the Baltimore Ospreys, led by playing manager Teo. 13 hits against the Ravens, out-hit him by 1. 1 home run that was off the PM's bat. Scored 5 runs, not enough for the victory, of course. Struck out 6 times, were walked twice. Go Yankee couldn't find the zone. Grounded into 3 double plays, 2 of which ended innings, and 1 of which was with the bases loaded 1 away, so a 66.7% Noble Tiger, though they did score a run before they loaded the bases in that inning. They left 8 on base. And of course, their player of the game, their playing manager Teo, 3 for 5 with a home run. He also drove in another with 1 of his base hits. Scored on that home run. It was a solo shot to lead off in, I believe, the 6th inning. 469 batting average now on the year with 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, and with runners in scoring position, he bats .571. So very impressive start to the season for the Baltimore skipper. Let's look at the head-to-head series. Last night, of course, Chicago out on top, 6-5 on Leonidas Fan Appreciation Night. Today, of course, we have Chicago in Baltimore and round 26, so kick it down the curb. We'll see the Ospreys at 9 p.m. around 26, so save the date. Let's look at today's starters. It was a game-time decision for Chicago. We got the Baltimore decision a little while prior to that. It appears it will be Nxnjahh starting for the Ravens. He was scratched last night with a personal... He had a leave of absence, and he is back. 3-0 record on the year. Only 1 earned run given up through his entire pitching stint of the season, and he has struck out 8 and walked none. His opposing pitcher will be the playing manager Teo, who I believe, based off the early season metrics, should be considered the ace. But they will be missing a comeback Ben, who was instrumental in their last victory. That was their walk-off against Philadelphia the game before last night. But he does have a perfect record, 2-0 in 5 games, with a 4.24 ERA. Struck out 12 and walked 1. Now, if you were to look at this as a real-life metric and say 4.24 ERA, that's not ace-worthy. Well, the league average right now is north of 6, I think. So it's more than ace-worthy. Well, let's look at the Chicago upcoming opponents. Starting on Sunday, they will take on the Minnesota. I almost said Timberwolves. Will take on Minnesota. They'll have their first game in Chicago before immediately flying back to the Great North, and then they will. That should say 11 and 12. That's my apologies. They will then play Philadelphia, who their last prior two opponents, Baltimore and Atlanta, last played before entering the series against Chicago. So I found that one kind of funny. And for Baltimore, they will go down south to Florida to Ocala, and then they'll fly right back here to Camden Yards before going out west to Arizona and then coming back east. So a lot of flight miles. So maybe they'll get some good rewards from their airline. Well, that's all we have for you for this pregame. First pitch should be in just a moment. A couple of fans are pulling into the ballpark. And we will take a couple minutes. We'll stand by. We'll be back with first pitch in just a moment. This was the SCSN pregame show brought to you by Carl's Clam Chowder. Okay, we are back here in Baltimore. Well, this is not Baltimore yet. We are in Rakuten, I think, in Japan. We wait for the first pitch and the playing managers to arrive to the ballpark. As you know, they are prototypically always late. Let's look at the scores from the World Cup. This is the final day of the group stage. It's Group L. Croatia 2, Ghana 1. So Croatia are through, as are Ghana. Ghana in third place, Croatia in second. England was confirmed to be first place, and they made their fans happy. It was Bellingham and Harry Kane who scored against Panama, 2-0 Panama going home in fourth place without a single point. I believe Harry Kane has scored the most World Cup goals for an Englishman. That's 11th with the second goal of that game. So congratulations to the talismanic Englishman playing for Bayern right now, formerly Tottenham, of course. In Group K, 2 games underway. Group J to play later tonight. Colombia and Portugal still 0-0 in that game. Colombia are in first place as it stands with victory over Uzbekistan and the Congo. And Portugal drew to the Congo and beat Uzbekistan. They are in second. So a draw will suit both sides. In the other game, it is Uzbekistan 1 and the Congo 0. Shomadurov scored for the Uzbeks. They are in third place, but they will not go through on account of goal difference as it stands. And the Congo had a goal by Mbuku ruled out. I believe it was a foul. Yes, it was ruled out because of a foul. It was just a couple minutes ago. The other 2 games are Algeria and Austria. It will play at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, and Jordan and Argentina. And of course, Argentina expected to win that match. Algeria must win If they are to have a chance of going through as it stands, they are in 9th in the 3rd place category, which is just south of South Korea by goal difference. And Austria, of course, are looking to hold on to 2nd. A draw will suit both sides. Both sides would go through, and it would knock out South Korea, who played on the first day of the final group stage. I believe it was the 1-0 loss to South Africa, which was a upset of some sorts. We'll go over to Major League Baseball. Let's see. Is anyone here yet? Nope. None of the PMs. Still getting ready. Let's look at the scores from across the Major League Diamonds. A couple finals already on my ticker tape here. Houston 8 and the Tigers 6. It was Will Vest getting shelled in relief. Loss once again. That's his 5th loss on the season. He has a 6.08 ERA. I don't know why the Tigers don't get rid of him. In Toronto, Rangers beat the Blue Jays 7-4. It was a good day for Texas. Dylan Cease, the loser, gave up 5 runs in the 5th together. The Blue Jays did. Then in Pittsburgh, Reds beat the Pirates 9-7. Caleb Ferguson gets his first win of the season in relief off of the reliever, Gregory Soto. And it loses for Pittsburgh. Pirates gave up 3 runs in the top of the 9th to give away the lead. Then in Chicago, after a ridiculous 22-run game for the White Sox, they only scored 2. But it is enough. They beat the Royals 2-1. Grant Taylor gets the victory in relief as Jacob Gonzalez helps walk off the Royals in the bottom of the 9th. And lastly, at Fenway Park in Boston, Red Sox beat the Yankees 4-1. Garrett Cole shelled early, gave up a leadoff home run to Makita. I don't remember his first name off the top of my head. Yoshida and Siegler also homered. Cole goes to 2-3 on the season, 4.06 ERA for the old talented ace. Other scores right now: Washington and the Orioles 1-1 in the Baltimore 3rd. Mariners and Guardians scoreless in the Cleveland 4th. D-backs trailing the Rays 4-1. It's the Arizona 7th. Rockies and Twins 2-1. Favor of the Rockies. It is the Colorado 4th there. Cubs leading the Brewers 2-1. It is the Milwaukee 4th. Marlins leading the Cardinals 2-0. It's the Cardinals 3rd. And your other games to play: Los Angeles Dodgers and the Padres later tonight. In just a couple minutes, actually. Athletics and the Angels. Braves and the Giants. 3 games yet to play. And there's one more final. I missed it. At Queens, Mets won their first game for their interim manager after firing Mendoza just a while ago. Mets beat the Phillies 6-2. AJ Minter, first victory in relief after a 4-run 6th inning for the Mets. Well, both managers are here. Ninja jumping around. Gonna wait for the stadium to get set. Looks like everyone's a little slow to roll into the ballpark. I don't think either team has most of their players. Such is the nature of the 8 o'clock game. They love scheduling it for 9. Well, fans, for those of you who don't know, my last broadcast before I go to Europe will be June 30th. I think I will. Well, actually, June 30th is what? That's Sunday. Monday, Tuesday. Well, I think Tuesday's off. I always forget the off days. I think it's Tuesday and Thursday. It doesn't really matter. Well, either way, my last broadcast is soon. Should be there for the Minnesota game one of the Minnesota games before I go. I think the one where we play in Minnesota. So looking forward to that. And we'll be back on July the 15th. After I drop my friend off at the airport, I can be back and stream. And I have about a week, and then I go off to the East Coast. So I missed the postseason for both IPU and Main League, most certainly. Well, Let's make the most of it here. We have streamed all 7 of the Ravens games, and the Ravens have won 7 games. So let's make it 8 in a row. Briefly pause for a station identification on this network. This is SESN on SBC, the Southside Electronic Sports Network on the Seattle Broadcasting Company. You are listening to Ravens Baseball. This is Capitalist at the microphone. Morgana, unfortunately, unable to make it. Of course, the assistant play-by-play, color commentator, and executive producer. He does all the graphics here while the teams are about to be set. So, looks like we are about ready. I need to alt tab 1 second. Monday and Thursday. I always forget the off days, you know? Thank you, Morgan. Alright. Sorry. Oh, I accidentally messed up. Hold on. There we go. Okay, my camera got stuck. Well, we are waiting. Still waiting. Okay, stadium about to be loaded here. We're about to have our first pitch. As always, everyone is... Oh, I can't do that. I have to rejoin the server. You can't reset. That's a mistake. And also, I do need to fix my mouse, so I guess it works. Well, you can watch me rejoin the server. Okay. Uh-oh. Gotta rejoin again. The Shift P did not work. Oh, brother. You know what they say, what goes wrong will go wrong. What can go wrong will go wrong, rather. That is not working. Hey. I apologize for this. Okay. 1 second. I have a better idea to fix this. Ay. By the way, I do need to get the scoreboard up. Oh, and we got copyrighted right there. There we go. It worked. Well, first player has stepped into the batter's box. It's Notre Dame for Chicago. We're not going to miss a pitch. Everyone's running around, thankfully. All right, we are back live with a video feed. I apologize for that. I reset after I got phased through the map, and I kind of forgot that you can't do that. Well, it is in fact going to be Teo starting for the Ospreys as announced on the pregame show, facing the talented right fielder Notre Dame, who was one of the season 27 Sonics, traded mid-season to San Francisco. So everyone is ready. Teo is ready. Here comes the first pitch. And it's check swing, but it's on the corner for called strike 1. We are officially underway here in Baltimore. First pitch is at 8:09 local time, Eastern time. So only 9 minutes late. Not bad. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Notre Dame, and it's high, ball 1, excuse me. Didn't get fooled by a nice slow hook bait there. It was a ball all the way. Here comes the 1-1, and it's low and away, ball 2. Good eye there from Notre Dame. He has worked the pitchers well in most if not all of his games. The game he went hitless, he had 2 walks, and both of them were unintentional. 2-1 now. It's in there on the inside part of the plate. Strike 2. Notre Dame taking all the way there. So 2-2. Even Stevens here. The pitch from Teo. Oh, it clips a corner. Called strike 3. Down goes Notre Dame for the first out of the game. So here is Ninja, who was just announced as a starting pitcher a few minutes ago. 4:09, he missed last night's game, but he did show up to get his shirt. Did have to leave early. He came back at the end. Here comes the first pitch. And it's Low and away in the zone for a called strike one. So the Ravens very passive. I don't think Notre Dame swung at a single pitch there. There comes the 0-1 pitch. And it's on the corner, strike two. So they keep taking them, and Ninja and Notre Dame keep watching as the strike register rings up. Here comes the 0-2 from Teo. And it is inside, ball one. So a good take there from Ninja on an 0-2 count. Such is the custom that they always like to throw a ball on 2 strikes. Not many of these pitchers like to chase. Here comes the 1-2. Inside again, ball 2. So Ninja works the count even after falling behind quickly. Has taken all 4 pitches here. All 9 pitches, I believe, have been taken. 2-2 pitch on its way, and here it comes. And it's grounded up the middle towards the shortstop. The throw is in time to come back Ben, and there's 2 down in the frame. So we'll get you your fielding and substitutions as they come. We have to wait for Baltimore to bat around the order, as we do for Chicago, to see exactly who plays where. So here is Capital, missed last night's game. First sacker, very dependable, but he is on a limited registration, so he does have to miss a game here and there by mandate, as that is high, ball 1. Capital, one of the captains, AMs, whatever you want to call them, of the team. He is a leader there in the dugout. Here comes the 1-0. And it's on the corner for called strike 1. Very, very passive here from the Ravens. They are sitting on almost every pitch. A 1-1 from Teo. And that's low and away, but in the zone again, strike 2. So 1 strike away from getting out of the inning with a perfect 1-2-3 frame. Teo is ready. And the pitch from the southpaw is hit in the air to left field, but Nxnjahh is there. That will be an easy catch. He made it look a little harder than it was, but it was easy. And that will end the frame. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. And your score after half an inning is still Chicago nothing, Baltimore nothing. Baltimore coming to bat here in the bottom half of the first. So as Teo leads off once again for the Ospreys. Pitcher leading off. It is in fact going to be Ninja here for Chicago. Looks like it's Capital behind the plate today. A rare change. I think that's Ivolute over at first. As Notre Dame, of course, in right field, we'll get you once again. We'll get your fielding and substitutions as they come after one lineup has passed. Teo takes strike 1 on the corner, so everyone is taking their pitches today. I have 4 DMs on Discord. I don't know if I can check them. Here comes the 0-1. That is foul to the first base side, out of play. One of the pings is... Oh, it is Stream Links. I didn't get the ping because I saw it already. All right. Well, thank you, Leo, for posting. Jordan, unfortunately, offline. Couldn't do it, as he usually does. As Teo takes strike 3. Oh, that was a tough pitch there. Looked like a ball most of the way, I have to be honest. Well, first out here in the bottom half of the first comes, by the way, the backwards K. And here is Wham, losing pitcher into last night's contest. He got tossed around early, exited the game after 4 1/3 frames. He gave up both 2-run home runs. His reliever, Joshy Boy, did very good, a Baltimore assistant manager. And that pitch is laced to right field, and that is leaving the field of play. It is a home run for Wham, just as I was taking a sip of my seltzer water. Well, that's the first aggressive batter for either team. And that makes it a 1-0 game for Baltimore. So Baltimore first blood here tonight. First pitch swinging. And that is the second earned run given up by Ninja all season. That will basically double his ERA. It's actually Capital over at third. That was Sakaro. Sakaro, that's his second game he's making. He is one of the many on this Chicago team that can pitch. So we'll see what happens when Ninja exits the game if he does. Well, here is Joshy Boy. Joshy Boy hits bombs, is his name. I did say, once again, as I said last night. In spring training, I said Joshy Boy hits roundouts, as he hit it really hard up the middle. Didn't take too kindly to that one, but such is the nature of bench jockeying, as is 0-1 now. And that is hit up the middle, and that will find its way over to Gabriel Plays, who throws quickly to Capital, and that will be the second out of the frame. So here's Poke, behind the plate today, I believe. Poke, I think he had like 1 or 2 at-bats, and then he yielded for a pinch hitter last night. I don't have my old scorecard on me. Usually I have the scorecard from the last game, but I seem to misplace it as Poke takes ball 1. So the 1-0 pitch on its way, and it is on the bottom and out corner for a called strike 1. Even count once again here. Ospreys have already taken the lead 1-0 on a Wham 1-pitch home run, as that is outside ball 2. Came with 1 out in the inning after Teo struck out looking. Very dangerous top of the order for both teams, Chicago and Baltimore, as Poke takes again strike 2, and we have deuces wild here in the bottom half of the first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on a 1-0 lead for the Ospreys. Left-hander Ninja kicks, winds, and delivers, and that's hit up the middle, but right at Gabriel Plays, who makes the catch at his shoelaces to end the inning. But not before run scores on Wham's solo shot. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, none left. And we go to the top of the second, and your score is now Baltimore 1, Chicago 0. Chicago coming to back. It is the It is the skipper, Leo, playing shortstop tonight. Leo taking a second to get into the batter's box. Gives me a second to update the scoreboard. Well, he steps in now. He is ready. He was 1 for 4 yesterday with a 2-run home run to the right field, towards the right field bullpen. Didn't make it in the bullpen, if I remember. Just to the left of it, and he hits it on the first pitch down the left field line. That ball is gone, and we have a tie game just like that. Well, just as I was talking about Leo's last home run, he updates it. It is 4 home runs on the year, and we have a 1-1 game on our hands once again. Tie ball game here in Baltimore. And, well, way to quickly make it up for Ninja. Just like that. We're on a blank slate. And here is Anoma. Anoma with a 2-run home run himself at the bottom of the order. He got moved up. He was in the 8th position last night. Batting with the Sour Patch Kid this go around. He had the white hat. He takes ball 1 high. So both home runs coming on first pitch, swinging. The first 2 aggressive bats for either team both hit a home run. How about that? As it's 2-0, low and away. Well, Teo is going to settle down here. Leadoff home run to open the top of the second. Has a dangerous Ravens lineup up and down the order as Anoma takes strike 1. Just clips the edge of the zone. Anoma with his first home run last night. Player of the game, as that is hit out to left center field, and that will get down by Joshy Boy. Rounding first and heading second is Anoma. Joshy Boy up with the throw into the shortstop. It is not in time. It was not cut off. And it brings up Lucy now with still nobody out here. First base runner for either team that didn't touch home on their hit. So here comes Lucy, middle infielder and catcher. Here comes the first pitch. Popped in the air. Playable for Poke, who easily puts out Lucy, first out of the inning. And here comes Vada, wearing that Mickey Mouse costume. Playing at third base tonight. Here comes the first pitch, and that is fouled down the right field line, way out in front of that one. He gave that one a ride. So someone in the upper deck here with a souvenir. Simply just a strike. It's still Anoma at second base here. Teo looking towards Vada, and that is inside, ball one. Good take there from the bench player. He is a really good jockey. He was jockeying San Francisco. He was jockeying Baltimore. Here comes the 1-1. That is on the corner for called. Strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Runner at second base here, top of the second. 1-1 score. The pitch. Like popped in the air. Comeback Ben and Teo converge. It's comeback Ben's. There are 2 down in the inning. So here is Gabriel Plays. Hitless last night, I believe, but he pitched a brilliant save. And he hits that one to left field. Nxnjahh, has to play it on the hop. And Gabriel Plays. I completely forgot Noma was at second, excuse me. Gabriel Plays with his first hit of the day, and it brings up Sakara. Sakara looking for his first hit. He pitched a 3-inning bulk relief outing and a good victory for the Ravens. It was Ninja who got the win despite only going 3. He had to leave early. Here's the first pitch to Sakara. It's high, ball 1. Sakara was, I believe, traded. I don't think he wasn't compensation to Seattle in season 27 as he pops that one in the air to Teo. Wham is trying to moss him, but Teo makes the catch, and that will end the frame. Runners left at the corners. We go to the bottom half of the second, but not before the captain Leonidas, with his 4th home run of the season, makes it a 1-1 game. It's 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. Goes to the bottom half of the second. Your score 1-1, and here is the first baseman, comeback Ben. Takes strike 1. Okay. Get you feeling lines in just a minute as Ben fouls that one towards Capital, who is going to make the catch on the fly. And there's the first out of the inning. So your outfielders left to right, it is Anoma, Lucy, and Notre Dame. Your infielders left to right, Vada, Leonidas, Gabriel, and Capital. Catching is Sakaro, and pitching Ninja. First pitch to the left fielder, Nxnjahh. Taken for a strike. Nxnjahh out in left field today. Hits that one up the middle on the 0-1 towards Gabriel Plays, who makes a throw in time, and there is 2 down in the frame. So here is Frio Tech. Frio yet to get a hit, as is Dami, who is player manager also of the Diablos Rojos of IPU this season. I think Dami is like 0 for 16 now, and Frio Tech is 0 for 15, as that is taken for strike 1. Well, both talented players, certainly not emblematic of their skill and aptitude, but, sometimes when you're cold early on, you just gotta wait a while to get warmer. A couple of players in the league like that. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging him as swung through the cutter out inside, and count goes 0-2. So 1 strike away from a 1-2-3 frame for Ninja. And the pitch. Just outside, ball 1. Good take there by Frio Tech. Who's on deck? On deck. I don't know who that is. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And it's checks, swing that, did not go around. Even Stevens at 2-2. So Deuce is wild here in the bottom half of the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. None on, 1-1 game. And the pitch from Ninja. Popped in the air, and Sakaro has an easy catch for the final out of the frame. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Ninja works a 1-2-3. We go to the top of the third. Your score is still Chicago 1, Baltimore 1. Chicago coming to bat here. And it's going to be 1-2-3 for The Ravens, Notre Dame, Ninja, and Capital went down 1-2-3 in the first. Notre Dame struck out looking in 5 pitches on a 2-2 count. And the pitch. Check swing, did not go round, ball 1. Long second inning for Teo, happy to only give up 1 run. 6 men come to the plate, and Leos leads it off with that solo shot, batting 4th in this inning. Here comes the 1-0. In there for a called strike. Notre Dame taking all the way again. That's his 7th straight pitch taken. A very, very passive team right now as he takes strike 2 on the corner. I don't know if it's a case of being outguessed by Teo, very talented pitcher. It is undeniable. But perhaps it's just them sitting back after going on a hitting tear. I mean, they scored 9 to San Francisco's 2. Then they scored 14 to San Francisco's 7. And then 6 to Baltimore's 5. Well, here comes the 2-2 pitch from the left-hander who kicks, winds, and deals. And that's foul. The opposite way, first pitch swinging for Notre Dame. Notre Dame out in right field. Plays it very well. Has made some brilliant catches. Has got a couple outfield assists. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And he fouls that one down the first base line. Comeback Ben giving chase. No chance there. Still 2-2. As that one trickled away. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that is hit weakly out to Wham, who catches on the fly. There's 1 down now in the inning. So another long at-bat for Notre Dame, but unrewarded. This time at least he makes contact, and it brings up Nxnjahh. Nxnjahh grounded short to first. Friotech to comeback Ben. Here comes the first pitch from Teo. And that is on the low part for a called strike 1. Teo is in decent shape, considering the fact that a lot of these Chicago bats have not been swinging early in counts. And he gets another strike to go there, that one just on the corner. So Nxnjahh quickly behind, 0-2. He worked the count back to 2-2 last time before the ground out. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased that one. Strike 3. And down goes Nxnjahh. Second strikeout of the day for a Raven. And here is Capital. Capital, last time up in the first, flew out to left field weakly to Nevada. And he hits that one in the air, right field. This one may drop, it will. And it's going to be played on the hop. It is a 2-out single for Capital. And that brings up Leo, who last time on a first pitch hit one to right field. And there was no doubt about it. So here comes Teo. And he throws a first pitch ball this time. I feel like both pitcher and batter knew what was going to happen there. Not going to give a strike like that. Obviously, of course. Pitcher respects batter. Batter respects pitcher here as that one finds the corner. Both of them very cerebral. Capital, slight lead off at first. Very, very slight. Here comes the pitch from Teo. And that is outside, ball 2. So, Teo working a little more carefully here on Leo. Perhaps gave him something too good to hit. He's ready now. And the pitch is check swing outside. Check down to first, not in time. Count goes to 3-1. 2 outs in the inning. Wham messing around there at the infield corner. There's no way that he was bunting with two outs. Well, expect a strike here, I would say, despite the fact they gave up a homer. The 3-1 pitch. That might have been a ball. That's hit out to left center field, but more towards Yashi Boy, and that will end the inning. One man does reach, but he is left stranded. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. And the score, after 2.5 innings, is still Chicago 1, Baltimore 1. Baltimore coming to bat here. Polk batting. What the heck? Oh, this is different Polk. I'm going to call this one Pokey. I think they filled out the chart, the media guide too. I think they did want to be called Pokey. I would have to check. Can't check here. Once again, once Baltimore comes to field in the top of the fourth, we can get you your fielding arrangements as Pokey swings through that one. Strike one. And the pitch. Swing and a miss at that one. Strike two. So quickly behind here. Ninja getting Pokey to chase. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at that one. He chased that one as well. And down goes Pokey, first out of the frame. Second strikeout for Ninja. This broadcast brought to you by Carl's Clam Chowder, the creamiest clam chowder in the Pacific Northwest. If a Ravens pitcher strikes out 12, you get yourself free clam chowder at Carl's. Carl's Clam Chowder, lobster bisque, and house-made oyster crackers. So here is Sneer, 0 for 2 yesterday, 2 strikeouts, was playing catcher. Not playing catcher tonight. The 0-1 pitch is outside, 1-1. And Ninja comes quick with the 1-1 pitch. And it's high, ball 2. Just missed the zone. My cadence is a little different from normal. I am trying to conserve myself. This is my first solo cast in a while. And one of the recent streams against San Francisco, I lost my voice for the first time on the air. I kept it going until after the game, but I knew it was gone. As the count is now full at 3-2, Sneer swinging through that one. I think he chased there. Ninja steps off, he runs around. Steps back on the mound. The payoff pitch is on its way from Ninja. And here it comes. Oh, he stepped off. He fooled us all. Well, we are still waiting. Here he goes now. The port sider is ready with the pitch, and that one's hit up the middle. Lucy giving chase, and she makes the catch over her head, and there was 2 down in the inning. Good catch there by the center fielder. Got back quickly. Brings up Teo, struck out looking to lead off the Baltimore batting register. He's a little slow to the plate here. Where is he? Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. A lot of the managers and assistant managers and batting stars of HEBB in attendance early before their 9 o'clock Eastern Time game. There are 4 now. One got moved from the 8 o'clock to the 9 o'clock. I think it was San Francisco and Akala. As Teo took ball 1. And that one is taken for ball 2. Very obvious ball. Ninja coming quickly with a 2-0 pitch. Here it comes. And that's inside of the zone for called strike 1 on that inner edge. So Teo still looking for something he wants to hit here. He has been very, very good with the bat to start off the season. The 2-1 pitch. That's hit down the left field line, but in foul territory. Anoma and Vada giving chase. Anoma was never going to get there. 2-2 the count now. Deuce is wild here in the bottom half of the third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on and a 1-1 game. Ninja's ready. Teo waits the pitch. Here it comes. That is hit out to right field. Notre Dame is quickly there to make the catch and send us to the top of the 4th. 1-2-3 go the Ospreys. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. And your score after 3 full is still Chicago 1, Baltimore 1. Chicago coming to bat. It is Anoma leading off for the Ravens. In left field today, usually playing in center. Litsky is the primary left fielder. It appears that there has been a substitution. 617 Mon moves out to right field. Was playing catcher last night. That is grounded to third. Wham is going to have a tough throw to Ben. Oh, Anoma beat it out. Running all the way, running hard down the line, and is rewarded with a leadoff infield single. Get you your fielding in just a minute. So Poke batted and defensive in the fourth. Okay. We are ready as Lucy steps out. Outfielders left to right, Nevadic, Joshy Boy, and now Mon. Infielders left to right, Wham, Friotech, Sneert, and Comeback Ben. Catching is Poke and pitching is Teo. As Lucy takes strike one, she popped to catcher her last time up. The 0-1 is high, ball one. Lucy has been tearing the cover off the ball early in this season. Has 3 bat flips and 0 home runs, but a lot of doubles, a lot of RBIs. Here comes the pitch in there for a called strike one. 4 RBIs. Very, very good production from a typically bottom of the order bat. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and that is blown away, taking ball 2, even Stevens the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. None away here, and Anoma at first. Sour Patch Kid looking to bat in Sour Patch Kid. The 2-2. And Lucy check swings at strike 3, and down she goes with the first out of the inning. So here is Vada. Popped out to first base last time up. Looks like we are having a fielding change at second base as Vada takes ball 1. Oh, Sneert changed avatars, that's all. Vada representing the Chicago Ravens Mickey Mouse fan club. Here comes the 1-0. Takes inside ball 2. Vada working the count good here. Those of you who don't know, the Chicago Ravens are prone to a lot of Mickey Mouse hits, Mickey Mouse wins, Mickey Mouse home runs, and Mickey Mouse triples, as that is taken high, ball 3. A lot of Mickey Mouse hitting for the Ravens. So 3-0 pitch on its way. Vada looking for something to hit here. Usually don't like to throw 4-pitch walks unless they miss their accuracy. The pitch, that is grounded up the middle. And Sneert is there to step on the bag himself to throw to first to end the inning. So awfully unlucky there for Vada, who gave it a good swing. But the ground ball was perfectly placed for 2. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, none left. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Your score is still Chicago 1, Baltimore 1. Baltimore coming to bat. It's going to be Wham, who hit a first pitch home run his last time up, followed by Joshy Boy and Poke behind him. Ninja probably going to throw a first pitch ball here as Wham steps out. Wham, one of the few who bat and pitch right-handed. Here comes the first offering from Ninja, and that is, in fact, outside, ball 1. So similar to the Leo at-bat, Ninja respecting the batting prowess of Wham. That was his 3rd home run on the year. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and that is high, ball 2. Looking awfully similar to that first at-bat, or second at-bat that Leo had. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. And it is in there for a called strike 1 on the low part of the zone. Well, it seems like these 8 o'clock streams don't fare so well. We had a couple more people in earlier, but they've seemed to disappear. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. And that's swung all the way through. Wham, outguessed there. Swings underneath a high hook. Even Stevens 2-2. Third baseman awaiting the pitch from Ninja. Here it comes. Lefty deals, and it's outside ball 3. Similar to the first pitch of the at-bat, the count now full at 3-2. So, payoff pitch on its way in just a moment. Ninja gets the sign from Chr. He kicks, winds, and deals. And wham! Swings and misses that one for strike 3. First out of the inning by way of the K. And here is Joshy Boy now. Grounded second to first, his first time up in the first. A little bit of the bat waggle. Joshy Boy steps out without seeing a pitch. Riley in my chat saying he's lighthearted and carefree. Aren't we all, Riley? Here's the first pitch to Joshy Boy. Taken inside ball 1. And he donated me 100 more bits. Riley, when are you going to buy that shirt? I gave you 13 Robux for it. I wanted the even number. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. And that's out in there for a called strike 1, outside part of the zone. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and that is bounded through the box. It's going to be a tough one here. Gabriel, it cuts off Leo. The throw to first is in time. Good play there by the second baseman. Good play there by Leo to let him get it. So Gabriel turns a good, nice, clean ground out. And here is Poke, batting with the bases empty, 2 away. It's been pitchers all the way besides 2 mistake pitches, 1 to Leo and 1 to Wham. As Poke takes strike 1. On the outside part of the zone, slow cutting ball. Oh, Poke steps out, steps back in here. And the pitch. High, ball 1. So 1-1 pitch on its way here. Here it comes. And that is hit up the middle towards Leo, who plays it on the hop. The throw to first is in time, and we have another 1-2-3 inning on our hands here. We go to the top of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Their score still Chicago 1, Baltimore 1. Chicago coming to bat. Bottom of the order here before it turns over to Notre Dame. 8-9-1, Gabriel Chr, Notre Dame. Gabriel had a single, was left stranded at first in the second with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. That is hit down the right field line, and that could potentially be 2, depending on how the outfielder plays this one. 6-17 has it quickly. Gabriel rounding high horse to second, steps back about a quarter of the way. It is a pretty shallow right field here in Baltimore. A leadoff single for Gabriel. 2 for 2 today, and here is Chr still looking for his first hit of the season. Popped to pitcher his last time up. Teo kicks and deals. And therefore called strike 1. Get you the scores from across the league if they ever pop up. As Chr fouls at 1 down the first base line, we'll tell you the pick'ems. Nxnjahh put him out a little less than an hour ago. They say Baltimore to win this game. It is 1-1 still here. Arizona to beat Atlanta. San Francisco to beat Akala as Chr lays down a bunt, and it's a brilliant bunt. It's a soft one. Poke has to play it. The throw will not be made on an 0-2 count. Chr with an infield single. It's a nice bunt. He was probably trying to sacrifice there. That was a real dead-end ball. First hit of the season for Chr. Congratulations to him. Brings up Notre Dame. 2 on, none away. And the Ravens are looking to threaten here in the top half of the 5th. The pitch to from Teo. Outside ball 1. So Notre Dame has seen a ball on the first pitch. All 3 at-bats now. Still looking for his first hit. The 1-0. That's hit to right center field, and this will find the grass. To third already, Gabriel, and he is heading home. Sakaro heading to third. He is going to be going. Here is Sneer with a throw to the plate. Sakaro slides. He is safe. Oh, good running there from the catcher. And it is a 2-run lead now for Chicago. I was holding my breath there. I had no idea if Sakaro was going to make it. It was a good relay from 617 to Sneer to Poke. But he does slide under the tag, and it's 3-1 Chicago. Still nobody out. So a nice clutch hit there for Notre Dame. 2 RBI double. Driving in the 8 and 9. So when the bottom of the lineup prospers, the top of the lineup prospers. And here's Ninja to keep the hit parade going. He has a 2-0 count now. He's taken all the way. Continue with our pick'ems. Hokkaido Nippon to beat the New York Bombers, the league seller team. Minnesota to beat Philadelphia as Ninja hits that one through the 5-6 hole. And it will be station to station, first and third now. And still nobody out. And lastly, I think I said Minnesota to beat Philadelphia was the consensus. Chicago Breeze, who lost their first game of the season to the Bombers for their Bombers' first win, to beat the Honolulu Heat. Here comes the first pitch. That is fouled on the third base line, and the count goes 0-1. Well, that is 4 consecutive hits, 3 singles, and a 2 RBI double for Notre Dame. Teo in a bit of trouble here now. The 0-1 pitch outside, 1-1. At third base, Notre Dame. And at first base, Ninja. Teo showing a little sign of faltering here. 65th pitch on the way. Here it comes. And that's hit out to right field. This is off the wall. Not a home run. In to score Notre Dame easily. The third will be Ninja. 617 up with the ball. He is rounding third and heading home, Ninja. It is a throw from Friotech, and he is safe. 2-run score again. 2 RBI double for Capital. And it is quickly a 5-1 lead. Still nobody out, and the captain Leo coming to bat. Well, well, well. Talk about a carousel. Ninja scores all the way from first base. He was running great there. Looks like we are having an early pitching change. In just a minute. Teo getting knocked around. It is going to be Sneer. And Poke still in the catch. Teo to second base. So quick 4-1 change for Sneer. Teo exits the game 1-4 as Leo takes strike 1. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive hits for the Ravens. We'll get you the line score on Teo in just a minute. Still responsible for the runner at second base. That is Capital. Sneer coming back now. Had to change the color of the arm sleeve. Had to change the avatar a little bit. He is ready now. A 1 pitch to Leo. Outside, ball 1. Capital, 2 hits after missing last night. The 1-1 pitch. That is popped in the air. Should be the first out of the frame. Sneer is there. Comeback Ben is there. Comeback Ben makes the catch just underneath the second base bag. So he covered a lot of ground. And it brings up Anoma now. Still runner at second, only 1 away. Anoma, perfect today. A run scored in the second. Oh, sorry. That's not true. He did not score the run in the second. I miswrote that in my book. Singled in the fourth, doubled in the second, was stranded at third in the second, was erased in the fourth on a double play. Second to first, when Vada grounded out, as Noma swings through a pitch down the middle, strike 1. A 1 pitch on its way, here it comes. Nice hit, foul, third base side. Count will go to 0-2. So the reliever, Sneer, pitching good here already with the first out. Runner still at second base. The 0-2 pitch. In there for a cold strike 3. Anoma bedazzled by a nice hard hook. That's the second out, just like that, and it brings up Lucy, 0 for 2 today. Struck out looking her last time up in the fourth, and popped to catch her in the second. That's inside, ball one. On Lucy. Lucy, very, very talented. Looking for her first hit tonight. Hits that one to left center field. That will get down. That should score Capital. It is rolling all the way to the warning track. Capital is rounded third already. He's in to score. To second is Lucy. It'll be a tough one. The ball bounces in. Lucy slides, and she is safe. So that will close the book on Teo, who gives up all 6 runs. And the crowd here in Baltimore are awfully quiet. Brings up the 9th man to bat today, Vada, in the 5th inning. So, we will get you your line score for Teo in just 1 minute. As Vada swings that one, strike 2. The 0-2 pitch is hit up the middle, and this one is down in front of Joshy Boy. I don't think Lucy's going to score in this one. Yep, it's runners at the corners. First hit of the day for Mickey Mouse. And it brings up Gabriel Plays. Batting. He started it off with a leadoff single and scored on Notre Dame's 2 RBI double. Takes ball one there. First run yet to be charged to Sneer. As Gabriel hits that one down the left field line. Nevadic is there to make the catch to end the inning, but not before 5 men cross the plate. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 5 runs on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. No errors and 2 left on base. Starter Teo chased from the game after only 4 innings. And your score now, 6-1 Chicago. Here is Comeback Ben, the first baseman, leading off. Nxnjahh still pitching for the Ravens. That is inside for called strike 1. So Gabriel makes the first hit of the 5th inning, makes the last out of the inning as well. That is grounded to second base weakly. Should be an easy out for Gabriel. It was a low throw, but they still get the out. Comeback at Ben, hitless in 2 tries today. Here is Nevadic, grounded second and first himself, his last time up in the second. 5, 6, 7 for the Ospreys. It was Comeback Ben, now Nevadic, and Friotech to follow, as Nevadic takes ball 1 high. Trying to get you this line score here for Teo. As the count goes 2-0. And Nevadic fouls that one down the first base line sharply. Capital not able to make that play, of course. Line score for Teo, 4 innings. Exits as the pitcher record on the losing side. 11 hits, 6 runs, all earned. Struck out 3, walked none. As the count now evens on Nevadic at 2-2. Gave up 1 home run, a solo shot to Leo, leading off the second. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water as Nevadic hits that one down the right field line. That is, it was just foul. Oh, I thought that was going to hit the pole, and I was about to apologize for missing a home run call. But unfortunately for Nevadic, that one just to the right of the foul pole here in Baltimore. It is a shallower right. The left field, notoriously the harder to hit to. They are all. What? Yeah. No idea what the chat's on about. Here comes the 2-2, and you knew that was going to happen. It's always a foul home run that ends up in a strikeout. This one looking, Nevadic shakes his head. He almost had a solo shot down the line. Here is Friotech. Still looking for that first hit. First hit could always be a home run. You never know. First pitch from Nxnjahh here, who is ready with it, and that's in there for a call. Strike one on Frio. Popped foul to catcher, his first time up in the second. The 0-1. That is foul, third base side. Votto giving chase. Votto will not get there. Frio Tech down to his final strike here. Final strike for Baltimore in the bottom half of the fifth, now trailing 6-1 after a 5-run fifth by the Ravens. A real hit parade there. 0-2 pitch on its way from Nxnjahh, pitching with a very strong lead. He steps up here, regains his bearings. The 0-2 pitch is hit down the third base side, and that is the first hit for Frio Tech. Has finally broken the hitless streak. It is a long single down the line, and congratulations, Frio Tech, for your first hit of the season. Here is 617 Mon, batting 4. The first time today, entered in the 4th as a defensive replacement for I Pokey, who struck out swinging in their lone at bat. So all that's left is for Dami to get a hit now. Perhaps he gets his first today. 617, I believe, was hitless off the bench in relief of the starting catcher, Sneer, who is on the mound right now. I apologize. Yeah, no, all 5 runs are Teo's. I was about to say Teo only has given up 5 runs, but he's given up 6. As 617 swings through that one, strike 1. Facing at that one. Nxnjahh's in pretty good pitch count. 5 innings. Well, 4 2/3 innings, rather. And about to be his 60th pitch. Only given up 2 hits. Here comes the 0-1. And that is in there for a called strike 2. So, Mon down to their final strike. Who steps out and let's step back in. Jeez, I've been muted. Excuse me. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And that's high again. Ball 2. Deuce is wild here in the bottom half of the 5th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first and a 5-run lead for the Ravens. That 2-2 pitch is swung all the way through. Strike 3, chasing an inside pitch to end the frame. We go to the top half of the 6th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Nxnjahh collects a pair of Ks. And we go to the top half of the 6th. Your score still Chicago 6, Baltimore 1. Chicago coming to bat. Now would be a great time if I had someone else in the booth. I am kind of feeling the effects of calling a full game again. It's been a while since I did this regularly. Morgana's going to have to learn how to do it. That one is hit to left field, and that gets past Nevada. Sakara, who entered this day hitless, now has 2. He was thinking about 2. But he is certainly not going to get there. Leadoff single for the 9-hole, and it flips over for Notre Dame. First hit, last at bat, 2 RBI double, came around to score on Capitals' 2 RBI double. As Notre Dame takes ball 1 low. Sneert still on the mound for Baltimore, pitching in relief of Teo, who exited after giving up 5 straight hits in the 5th. All 5 came around to score as Notre Dame takes ball 2. So Teo entered the game with about a 4.2 ERA. That one going to be much higher, as that is hit down the left field line, but foul. And it will bounce off the wall out of play. 2-1 the count now. We're in the 7th inning stretch, which of course comes after the end of the 6th inning here, as Notre Dame takes strike 2. I'm going to run to my fridge and grab something to drink. I can feel my throat dying as we speak. I apologize. Been a while since I've had to call a solo game. I had to call 1 earlier this season. I don't know how I did it. Payoff pitch now from Sneer. That is fouled again, third base side, and hits off the netting. And we'll do it again. Runner at first base, Sakara, 2 for 3 today after entering the game hitless. He's now 2 for 7 on the season. The payoff pitch. That's flied weakly. 6-17 giving chase. Teo giving chase. Teo reaches up, makes a brilliant catch. The Keystone Man gets the first out of the inning. It's a good play there. He had to go all the way behind him. 6-17 wasn't going to get there. That was going to fall for a bloop. So instead of 2 on, none away, runner at first base still 1 away as Ninja takes strike 1. Well, fielding is very, very important. It is more of a tertiary skill in HCBB, but you still have to field. Everyone knows when you can't field. I would say batting, of course, the primary. I'd say pitching, secondary. I mean, not everyone here knows how to pitch, as the 1-1 is in there for a called strike 2. Everyone can learn how to pitch. A little bit of training goes a long way. Sneert's 1-2. Low and away, ball 2. And then fielding. Honestly, it could be a quaternary skill. I think base running a little more important. We saw base running cost Akala last night against San Francisco. As that is popped in the air, that will be Teo's or Friotex. It is Friotex. There's 2 down in the inning. So here's Capital. 2 for 3 today. Last time up, a 2 RBI double in the 5th. Came around to score himself. And a single in the 3rd. Quickly behind, 0-1. And a pitch from Sneer. Swings through that one. That was a low one. Strike 2. Fool. By maybe a knuckleball, I think. The 0-2 pitch now. That one is hit towards where Friotech normally would be, who cannot make the play. And Sakara almost got doubled off. That was going to be an interesting issue if the ball went away from Teo, first and second, and Leo coming up. So, the captain, 1 for 3 today with a solo shot leading off the second, looking for a second here tonight. And the pitch. In there for a called strike 1. That looked like a nice little 12-6 drop ball. Also known as the sinker. Here comes the 0-1. And that's on the corner for a called strike 2. There's really no 12-6 curve, of course, in HCBB, because that would get absolutely rocketed. Here comes the pitch. And that is fouled to the first base side. Leo stays alive. It makes its way into the stands. Makes its way very far in the stands. 0-2 pitch still. Here it comes from Sneer. And got Leo to chase. That is hit on the 1-hop. Oh my god, it got through Friotech's glove. And Sakaro needs to run home because Capital was heading to third. Sakaro is in to score. Capital is to third. Leo almost got caught on the base pass. Oh, Friotech. The ball got through their glove. Oh. Let's see if it is an error. Error on Friotech. And I don't think those runs will be earned for Sneer. They won't. Noma takes ball 1, excuse me, while I update the scoreboard. I just wanted to see if it was an error. It is only 1 run. RBI double for Leo. Run scores on error. Here comes the 1-1. And therefore called strike 2. So Leo to second base. Run scores on error. Still an RBI. And Anoma is out looking. Well, I have a lot of scoreboard updating to do. We will go to the bottom of the 6th. One run on 3 hits, 1 error, 2 left. And your score after 5.5 innings is now Chicago 7, Baltimore 1. Run is unearned. Here is Sneer, the new pitcher, leading off here in the bottom half of the 9th. Bottom half of the 9th. Excuse me. He is in the 9th position. Sometimes I make those little lapses of judgment or memory, as Sneer is quickly behind on 1, and now the count even at 1-1. Started the day at second base, moved to first when Teo gave up 5 straight hits in the 5th. The 1-1. Check swing, don't go around. 2-1. Ball way outside on the hook Hook bait. I don't really know. I guess any ball is called a bait. I'm still learning the vernacular, since, of course, I've never taken an at-bat. Here comes the 2-1. That is hit to right field, but Notre Dame is there to make the catch. There's 1 down in the inning. So, the lineup turns over to Teo, 0 for 2 today. Struck out looking in the first and flew out to right field himself in the third. Dancing around in the on-deck circle. Here he comes now. A la Jose Caballero, taking a long time with the clock ticking down. First pitch to Teo. Completely didn't whine for that one, and it was in the dirt, ball 1. Perhaps grateful he didn't whine for it. The 1-0 pitch is hit to right center field. Lucy giving chase. Lucy is there to make the catch. Teo didn't even bother running. He knew he was out. 2 down in the frame, and here comes Wham. Teo must be feeling very, very upset today. All right. First pitch to Wham. Outside and low, ball 1. Wham with the first pitch home run in the first. Struck out swinging on a full count in the fourth. He actually chased that one. He didn't hold up. Here comes the 1-0, and that is hit to right center field. That one is going to get down in front of Notre Dame, who lets it get by, Rounding first and heading second is Wham. The throw into second is not in time. Wham turns on the afterburners with a nice 2-out double. And here comes Joshy Boy looking for his first hit today. Grounded second to first 2 times, once in the fourth and once in the first. Batter on deck, Polk, also looking for his first hit today. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Briefly pause for 10 seconds station identification on this network. This is SCSN on SBC, the Southside Electronic Sports Network on the Seattle Broadcasting Company. And we are bringing to you Ravens baseball from Baltimore. Ravens and the Ospreys, as Joshy Boy fouled that one behind the backstop, 1-1. Made its way over the netting and into the stands. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And is hit to Vada over at third, who makes the catch and take us to the 7th inning stretch. So, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the top of the 7th. Your score is still Chicago 7, Baltimore 1, and I'm going to go run and get a drink while the stretch happens. We are back here in the top half of the 7th. Ravens leading 7-1. Once again, this is Capitalist at the microphone solo cast today. Unfortunately, not joined by Morgana, who was here, of course, last night, Leonidas Appreciation Day at the stadium, as Lucy takes strike 1. Count now even at 1-1 now. Lucy, first hit, last time up in the 5th, in that great batting around the order day for the Ravens. This one is hit over the head of Wham, but Wham will get there in plenty of time. It held up. One down in the inning. Lucy now 1 for 4. So here is Vada. Vada with his first hit of the game. His last time up also in the 5th. Batted with 2 outs. Was the last man to get a hit in that inning. And the 9th man to come to the plate. Sneert still on the mound for the Ospreys. 1 earned run on his register that came in the 6th. Vada takes strike 1. First time playing in a while, and he hits that one down the left field line in front of Nxnjahh, but Nxnjahh is there. And there is 2 down now in the inning. Gave it a decent ride. Comes unrewarded. Here is Gabriel Plays. Has brought his batting average up 111 points to 333. First pitch is hit to right field, but right at someone new. 617 makes the catch. And that will retire the side. 1-2-3. Very quick inning there for Sneer. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. 3 flyouts. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Your score still Chicago 7, Baltimore 1. Baltimore coming to bat. Let's see if there was any substitutions. Flint is in for Frio Tech. Don't know who's on in right field. I might be 617 on still. Looks like there's going to be some changes here for the Sonics too. It is Minami Fuyuki as Poke steps in and takes ball 1. So defensive replacement in the 7th inning, as that is foul. First base side, count will go to 1-1. So we'll wait to see who comes out at shortstop in the top of the 8th. Bottom of the 7th here, Ospreys are needing 6 runs, as Poke takes strike 2 on the inside part of the zone. One-two pitch on its way from Nxnjahh, taking a little time here. Nxnjahh looking probably to finish the game if he can. He's in pretty good shape, 77 pitches. It will not be a save opportunity unless someone comes in if Nxnjahh doesn't get pokey out. There comes the 1-2 pitch. Check, swing, high, ball 2. Nxnjahh, by the way, is working on a 3-hitter as it stands, as that is hit out to right field. That is down in front of Notre Dame, and it is going to be a 4-hitter as Pokey will not get gunned out 9-3. Comeback Ben steps up looking for his first hit today. Poke with his first hit there. Grounded second to first, his last time up in the 5th. Comeback Ben, who, as I pointed out in the last broadcast, as he fouls at 1 the opposite way, reminds me of a certain mobile character who sits in a recliner and makes a lot of noises. Doesn't speak very much, just a couple words. His name, yes, no, chuckles, makes a weird noise every now and then if you poke him. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Nxnjahh. And that is on the outside part of the zone, called strike 2. 1-2 the count now. We lost not actually too many viewers when the 9 o'clock Eastern game started about 15 minutes ago. And the 1-2 pitch is low, ball 2. I'd like to thank the 7 of you who are sticking around. Not the largest showing, but we're still happy to bring this to you as Ben swings that one, strike 3. First out of the frame. Here is Nxnjahh, 0 for 2 today. Struck out, looking his last time up in the 5th. Got 5 pings now. What's going on? When did I say Sonics, Morgana? As Nxnjahh takes strike 1. And now the count even at 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Nxnjahh, and that is a low, ball 2. To Nxnjahh, excuse me. I have no idea when I could have said Sonics. Oh well. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. And that is going to be a one-hopper to Gabriel, who looks to turn 2, 4, 6, 3, double play to end the frame. Nevada grounds into the first double play of the game. We go to the top half of the 8th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, none left. Ninja, a makeshift 1-2-3, faces the minimum. Your score is still 7-1 in favor of the Sonic. Oh, that's what I did. In favor of the Ravens. There we go. I get it now, Morgana. I don't know why I'm so used to saying Sonics. I was Archers and Guardians in IPU. I did not stream Main League Season 28. As Sicario takes strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Sicario, then Notre Dame, then Ninja, 9-1-2. It is, in fact, Flint out at shortstop, as that is down the third base line, but well foul. Very interesting ballpark to field in here, by the way. Flint, yesterday, was a courtesy fielder for a couple of innings. As that one is hit to comeback Ben, plays it on the hop, and Sicario heads back to the dugout. First out of the inning. And today on Friotech, who got their first hit of the season, 1 for 2. And here is Notre Dame. First pitch. On the outside part of the plate, strike 1. Yes, yeah, I guess, because the Ravens are purple too. I've probably been saying it a lot. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That is hit up the middle, but right at Joshy Boy, who does not have to make very much movement to record the second out. So here is Ninja, 1 for 4 today, singled in the 5th and scored on Capitals 2 RBI double. Here comes the pitch. In there, blew a fastball by him, strike 1. Sneert still pitching here, looking to make his 4th inning of relief. He may very well finish the game. He's in pretty good shape. Here comes the 0-1, and it's about the same spot. That one a hook, strike 2. Ninja doubled with fast pitches. Here comes the 0-2, and that is on the corner and hit to left center field, and that is down. And it gets past Joshy Boy on the warning track. Heading first and heading second is Ninja. He is going to try for it. The throw comes in. It is not in time. Ninja is safe with a 2-out double. And it brings up Capital now, looking to make it 8-1 Chicago. The pitch from Sneert is popped in the air. Shallow right field. Teo is giving chase. The right fielder, where were they? Well, no worries. Ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, and your score is still Chicago 7, Baltimore 1. Baltimore coming to bat. Here is Flint, first at-bat of the game. Enter defensively at shortstop for the second game in a row, but this time they get a bat. Yet to get a hit in this season. This might be their first at-bat. Steps out, steps back in. Baltimore wearing the Japanese jerseys. I think they were just commissioned. Or, I mean, not just commissioned, just finished and pushed out into the game not too long ago. Here comes the first pitch from Ninja, and that is inside, ball 1. Flint is really showing off their range of motion. Stills now, here comes a 1-0. And that's in there for a called strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Ninja, that was his 90th pitch. 6 more outs to go. I think he can do it. They may put in someone for the final inning. Gabriel is tired. Leo is tired. Or at least they may be saving him for the next start. Here comes the 1-1, and that's high, 2-1. Well, Ninja is pitching with a 6-run lead. So nothing to worry about if he does give up some contact here and there. And also, to be fair, Sicario is also there behind the plate. The 2-1 pitch is on its way. Here it comes. And that is hit out to right field. Notre Dame giving chase. Notre Dame is Not gonna get there. It gets right by him. Flint rounds first and heads to second. Lucy has to come up with the ball. The throw will not be in time. Flint has a stand-up double. First hit of the season. Congratulations to them. And here comes 617. So that double. Very hard pressed on Ninja there. It was a good pitch sequence. But Flint one betters and gets the hit. As 617 swings through that one, strike one. Still looking for the first hit of the game. Enter defensively for Poke after the fourth inning. Poke only one at bat. Here comes the 1. High, ball one. Similar at bat sequence. Sorry, similar pitch sequence to that of Flint. Flint takes a small lead. Leo steps off. Ninja runs around the pitcher's mound and steps back on. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And 617 swings through that one. Strike two. Showing bunt here, but I don't know why you would bunt with 6 runs down. The 1-2 pitch. And that one is hit out to left field over the head of Funami. Who is that in left field? That is not a Noma, is it? Oh, it is a Noma. Noma changed avatars. Well, first and third now. And here comes Nxnjahh. It's going to be a pitching change. It's going to be Sakaro. So Ninja cannot finish the day. I don't believe this is a safe situation. It is batter on deck. No, this is not a safe situation. If the bases were full and it was a 5-run game, I think it would be a safe situation. I think that's how the game works. Well, it is going to be Sakar to pitch. Ninja is responsible for the runners at first and second. Bet you the line total on him in just a minute as Nxnjahh takes strike one. Nxnjahh hitless today. Flew out to right field to open the 6th, and flew out to center field in the 3rd. Zakaro righty, so flip the script. Ninja the lefty exits the game, is behind and catching as the count evens to 1-1. The Ninja couldn't get the complete game, but he did more than enough. He exits much in line for the victory. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. That is in there for called strike two. The 1-2 pitch now from Sakaro is on its way. Here it comes. That is outside, 2-2. So even Stevens here. Runners at the corner, still nobody out. Baltimore threatening in the bottom of the 8th as Nxnjahh swings through that one. Strike three, first out of the frame, a big one. It is Flint at third and 617 at first as Teo comes to bat. Still dancing around in the batter's box. Yet to get a hit today. Rye Guy is here. A little late, but he's here. Here comes the first pitch to Teo. Taken for a strike on the low and outside corner. Didn't look much like a strike, but maybe he went around. A 1 pitch. High, ball one. Sorry, I already forgot if... Oh, okay, it was a strikeout. Sorry. I'm just making sure. I do keep a line score after all. I mean, a scorecard after all. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. That is low, ball two. Quiet day at the office so far for Baltimore. Just the solo shot by Wham in the first, but looking to at least get a run in here. Here comes a 2-1. And blew it by him, 2-2. Even Stevens. 2-2 pitch is on its way from the right-hander who kicks, winds, and deals. And Teo watches strike 3 sail right by. Another big strikeout. That is the second out of the frame, and here comes Wham. So you do have a base empty. The base is second base. Don't necessarily want to put a runner on and make it a 2-run game if Joshy Boy manages to hit a grand slam, as that's in there for a called strike 1. Here comes the 0-1, and Wham swings through that one, strike 2. I think I caught my tongue and it made it sound a little funny. Well, either way, 1 strike away from a brilliant first inning of relief from Chr. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Wham does not chase at that one. 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And Wham hits that one to second base over the head, but Gabriel snags that one out of the sky. And Baltimore come up empty. 3 straight outs from the reliever Chr. That one a little more of a scare. Well, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Chr, have a day. A brilliant relief outing to go with his first 2 hits of the season. And your score as we go to the top of the 9th is still Chicago 7 and Baltimore 1, as Leo swings the first pitch and hits that one. A slow never to third. Third over to first in time. And there it is, going down in the frame. And here is Anoma. Anoma changed his avatar on me. Struck out looking his last time up in the 6th and as well in the 5th. Snert still on the mound looking to finish the inning. This would be his 5th inning of relief. Only giving up 1 run unearned after a got through Friotech's glove, as the count evens now at 1-1. And the pitch. Taken right down Broadway, 1-2. 1-2 now from Snert. Is hit out to right center field. That ball is carrying. That ball is gone. Home run, Anoma. Back-to-back nights for his first 2 of the season. And how about that from the ex-Edmonton man? Well, it isn't the most win probability adding of hits, but it sure helps. Another home run here for Chicago, and it's an 8-1 lead. How about that from Anoma? Absolutely tattooed that one. That's the first earned run by Snert. I think he will still come in to finish the inning. There's a little bit of movement around. Wham is out for I poke. It's going to be Flint to third. As Lucy takes ball 1. 1 for 4 today. Give me a second while I finish my scorecard update. Excuse me. And the count now even at 1-1. Okay. Wham finishes the day 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI, both on his home run in the first. Also struck out once as the count goes to 2-1 on Lucy. 1 for 4 today. Lone hit 2 RBI double in the 5th. Last time out, popped to third. That one is grounded through the box. And it's going to be a tough play for Poke, but makes it well. And there's 2 down in the inning. So here is Manami Fuyuki batting for the first time today. Came on as a defensive replacement in the 7th for Vada. Takes the first pitch inside, strike 1. Fuyuki, I think this is their first game, if I read that right. Looking for their first hit of the season. Swings well. Underneath that ball, that one was above their head. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Sneer. And that clings off the corner, called strike 3. Minami down on 3 pitches. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, none left. A solo shot by Inoma to right field extends the lead to Chicago 8, Baltimore 1. Baltimore coming to bat last licks for the Ospreys. Talk about a good day in relief for Sneer, by the way. Of course, on the losing side, as it stands. But 2 hits there. I think I miscounted how many hits Wham gave up. Bear with me here. 10 hits for Wham. I mean, Teo, excuse me. Ten hits for Sneer as well. That's not right. 7 hits for Sneer. Gave up 1 run, 2 runs, 1 earned, excuse me. Struck out 3, walked none. Gave up 1 home run. Joshy Boy takes ball 1. Joshy Boy still looking for his first hit. 0 for 3 today. He flew out to third, lined out to third in the 6th to end that inning. That is in there for a call. Strike 1. Sakaro painting the zone. Sakaro 1 run in 3 innings. It was a home run. That was his first relief outing. Looking for a scoreless 2 here, as that is hit in the air to Leo. Perfectly placed. There's 1 down in the frame. So Joshy Boy comes up empty tonight, and here is Poke. Be Poke, then comeback Ben. Poke first hit of the game in the 7th, singled, and was erased on the double play by Nevada. Comeback Ben, hitless in 3 tries. That is hit out to second base, and there is quickly 2 away. Well, 2 pitches, 2 outs, and here comes comeback Ben. 0 for 3. He struck out swinging the last time up in the 7th. Grounded second to first, last time up in the 5th, and also made out in his first at bat in the 2nd. There's the first pitch, and that is an in for a called strike 1. So 2 strikes left for the Ospreys, 2 strikes away from going to 8-0 for the Ravens, as that is in the dirt 1-1. That is hit to second. Gabriel plays, throws on the 1-hop to Capital. That ends the inning. That ends the game. And just like that, the Ravens are now 8-0. So we'll get you your line score in just a minute. We will see if we will have an interview. So Caro, 2 perfect innings of relief. Enter with runners at first and second in the 8th. They did not move. 2 strikeouts and a pop-out. And then sent them down to 1-2-3 in the 9th. Brilliant day for him. Brilliant day for Ninja, who is the winning pitcher. 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 run earned. Struck out 6, walked none. Gave up 1 home run for the run to Wham. Sakaro, in relief, no save. 2 innings, no hits, no runs. Struck out 2, walked none. Losing pitcher for Baltimore will be Teo. 4 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, all earned. Struck out 3, walked none, gave up a home run. That was to Leonidas. Then Sneer, 5 innings in mop-up relief, 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. Struck out 3, walked none, 1 home run to Anoma. So we'll briefly pause for a second here while we go see if we have an interview. Please stand by. All right, back here in the ballpark. No post-game stream today. I mean, not post-game interview. Just quickly close out this broadcast. It was a great day for the Ravens. They advanced to 8-0. Winning pitcher, once again, was Nxnjahh, who carried the team well. 7 innings, only gave up 1 run. Baltimore took the first lead in the first when Wham homered. Then Chicago answered right back in the top half of the second. Leo with the leadoff home run. It was scoreless until the top half of the fifth when Chicago batted around the order. First, it was Gabriel who singled, then Sakaro bunt singled. Notre Dame 2 RBI double cleared the bases for the first time. Nxnjahh singled. Capital 2 RBI doubled, cleared the bases once again. And that was the 5 runs in that inning. Total 5 runs on 7 hits. Well, sorry, I forgot to mention Lucy had an RBI double after that. Then, in the 6th inning, they scored a run after Leo's ground ball got through Friotech's glove. Sakaro came around to score. Then the last scoring was in the top half of the 9th. Anomo with a solo shot. Baltimore quiet all throughout the game. They mustered up 6 hits. And they were really, really poor offensively speaking. Now, Baltimore is a great offensive team, of course. It was just an off day from them. They were going tooth and nail with Chicago 6-5. That final score, this one, a little more lopsided. 8-1. So we will go off the air in just a minute. We will see you guys for the next broadcast. Morgana should be there. My throat should be a little better. This was Capitalist at the microphone, bringing to you Ravens Baseball on SESN, Southside Electronic Sports Network. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see you next time. This is Capitalist signing off. Good night.